Okay, so today is Thanksgiving. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I do want to. A lot has been going on since I think I did my 6th dose. I did 3 since then, so I just finished my 9th. I did this dose. I did another 400 milligrams because with the ketamine, once you go up for like one time, you can't like go back down. You won't feel anything. So no fork. So I went to 400 milligrams again because this is was my last time because I had 2 left, and so I did it. I was so depressed. Lately all I feel is depression. Like before it was sadness, but now all I feel is I'm gonna wait till I get home. Now all I feel is depression. Before, when I was depressed, I just thought I was bored. Like my whole life I was depressed, I thought I was just bored. But then now, as I'm like healing and realizing my emotions when I'm depressed, when I'm bored, like I know what depression feels like. So it's been hard now because I realized that I'm depressed like 24/7. And so I did my ketamine session. First of all, I really want to record one of my sessions because like it is crazy. So I'll be laying in my bed. I'll take the ketamine. I'll get up. Like I'll just sit up and like I'll start crying. But when you're doing ketamine, like you don't fully cry. You just like process it out. So you'll get in the beginning stages of cry. You'll be like, and you'll make that noise like, and then like you'll stay like that for like 5 seconds, and then you'll just like your face relaxes, and then you like go back to normal. So it's like waves. So when I do my sessions, I'll be laying. Sometimes I'll sit and I'll just like, and then go back to normal and do it again, and like over and over and over again, because my body's just processing out like pain, I guess. This session was crazy because I was doing that, but also like when I was crying, I was feeling anger. So I was like moving around, like I was like mad crying. So I was like crying, but like I felt anger. So I'm just like and then like all of a sudden like it just relaxes. It's just like waves, and like it pushes it through. You have to process it for like first 10 seconds, 5 seconds, and then it goes away. So I do like that, and then I'll stop, and then I'll do that again, and I'll stop. And I'm just processing like pain. And backstory, this week was like the worst week of my life, is because I did my session, was it my 8th session, and I had got like a shiver. And like I don't know why in my body it connected to where like I thought when I was shivering, it was like another way of me releasing, like processing and releasing stuff, like crying and stuff like that. So I thought shivering was processing, because I felt like sadness, and then I just like I had like a ripple through my whole body, and then like I didn't feel sad anymore. So like survivor mentality is like, if when you find something that comforts you, you just latch onto it. So throughout this whole week, I was like using cold, like being cold to start the shiver. And then once I started the shiver, I would just make myself just shiver, and it'd shiver from my spine. Like I'd feel it coming out of my spine and rippling down. And like I felt like so depressed this week. So whenever I would like feel sadness, I would like focus on the pain, and then I would have a shiver. And then I guess the first time I did it, like I felt good. So then my brain connected shiver, releasing trauma, feels better. So then I just kept on doing it. So I was in my seat, and it's cold at work, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm just shivering, like just keep shivering, like just ripples. And I was like forcing myself to do that because I thought that I was releasing trauma. Turns out that the shivers were like Well, you have cold shivers, but then the shivers I was activating is like, I forget what it's called, like something like panic or something in your nervous system that activates when you're, and like it's not a good thing to be like to just keep on doing, because every time you do the shiver, you're activating that system. So my nervous system was overactivated, and so that's why like I was like 4 hours into work, I was so exhausted, and I'm like, I've got to go. Like 2 days I left early, I was so depressed, like, and I was like, I've got to go. I come home and I can't, like, even I'm laying down and nothing's helping, I'm sleeping like nothing, I just feel terrible. And I was overactivating my nervous system by making myself have like the panic, like shivers or ripples, like it's like a panic response, and I was doing it like literally 10 times in 30 minutes. I was doing it like continually all day. I'd get home, I'd get a shower, I'd turn my fan on, and I would like use the cold air to like start more of them, because I thought I was processing stuff. And like, so yeah, so again, this is another case of me like, you know, just doing something that I thought would help me and then just like going overboard. So I was legit, because I was like looking into it, because you know, animals, when they get like stressed, they'll like right after it, they'll just shake it off, like shiver off that stress off of them. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing it. I wasn't. So these are not good tissue tenders. So my nervous system was overactive. I had crashed out and burned out like 4 hours into my work shift. I just kept going home early. Also, another thing is, I'll watch videos about healing, and you should always speak to your health provider about it, because sometimes it's not for you. And I don't know, I just like, I'll watch something and I'll just try it. So I watched something on Instagram about in order to heal, you got to let it move through you. No, you have to face your pain and then let it move through you, and that's the only way you can get out of your body. Well, I was like, I'd feel sad, and then I would focus on what I'm feeling and then try to pull something like a feeling out, and that like, but then like me focusing on it was making me have that feeling, intensify that feeling. So I was feeling like a void, like in myself, like very brief, but I felt it. So I was like, I want to process this out of me. So I was like, okay, well, I need to face it. So I would like focus on that feeling and amplify it. And then I felt like all day, like a whole void in my body, and like it wasn't like processing it out of it. And so like I was doing that all week, and I'm like so depressed because I was just like feeling these feelings, or I was bringing the feelings up and then focusing on them and then becoming the feeling. So I'd have like a 2 seconds of like depression, or like a minute of depression, instead of like just letting it go. Like, I feel depressed, like I feel you, and just moving on. I was focusing on it, of depression, and then became depressed for the whole day. So like whenever a feeling comes up, you just notice it. It's okay to feel this, and then move on. But I was like feeling it, because I was like, I have to make sure I feel this emotion so I can heal. And so I was making myself more depressed this week. And I'm also depressed today because it's Thanksgiving and I have no one. And when I was doing ketamine, I was speaking to myself like it was another person. And I realized that I am so lonely to the core that my brain speaks to myself under ketamine. Like, that's how lonely I am, that it speaks to myself as another person. And I was lonely since 4. like to the core. Like when you're a child, you're sensitive, like hypersensitive, like I was. I was very hypersensitive, but my mom was schizophrenic and just like stressed and on a shutdown. So she didn't give us anything. We had no stability, no love. Like she didn't give us anything we needed. So my body just shut down. So I remember at 4 feeling loneliness for the first time, 6 feeling suicidal for the first time, and actually processing it as a kid to jump in this lake. It was at a park, but there was this big lake, a waterfall. It was a waterfall. And I remember at 6, I was at the edge, like, just jump, jump, jump. Like, and like, I thought it was like an intrusive thought, but I didn't know that. I was like so shut down and so like done with life that I was like at 6 was like, just do it. It'll be fun. You'll be with God. Like I was like coercing myself to do that. I don't even know where I was going with that. Oh yeah, so because I was so sensitive and didn't have any of my needs met as a child, I shut down. But underneath it all, I am still hypersensitive, just overloaded with like trauma and it's really weird because I didn't have like she was beat, she was abused, she was raped. Like I didn't have any of that trauma. I just had like no caregiver. And it's just so crazy how me not having a caregiver and not getting like the basic emotions like that kids should have messed me up. Like I'm so messed up. And I was thinking about that the other day. It's like people get like beat and stuff like that, and I feel like I have the same like type. Like my DSM 5, I think it was like an 8.5. And it's just like, I think my brother's a 9, but it's just crazy how like, I don't know, like how much like it like really affects me. For the past 2 weeks, I've been in the middle, like in shutdown dissociation. I did something that I knew I wasn't supposed to do, but it triggered my shutdown. So for the past weeks, I was like not like shut down. Like I felt like a third party. Like I couldn't like, I don't know. I had no emotions. Like, well, I had emotions, but I don't know. I just felt like I was like not there. Like I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I've been dissociated and shut down for the past 3 weeks. And some habits that I really fell back on, and that caused it, because I felt guilty the first time, and then now I don't feel guilty anymore. That's, my system numbs it out. Yeah. This has been the worst month probably of the year. Close to the second, if it's not the first. And today I was in my room all day, Thanksgiving, and I come out, the weather is cold, the sun's not out, I need sun to feel serotonin. I'm sensitive, so sensitive now to everything. If I'm feeling a little bit down, I'll go outside and I'll get in the sun. I'll stay there for like 10 minutes so I can absorb vitamin D, get some serotonin. There's no sunlight. It's just a cloudy day. And so I'm already not happy about that. Then I go to Raising Cane's, it's closed. And I go to Chick-fil-A, it's closed. I'm like, oh, it's Thanksgiving, it's closed. So I'm driving around it's like a ghost town. Well, I have abandonment depression. From when I was at the home, and like, for like the weekend, everyone would go with their family, and then I have nothing to, because I have like all these emotions underneath, but I always had it, I always distract myself with all the people around me, so when everyone's gone, I just like the emotions come out, which I didn't know that, like those emotions back then. I just was like, oh, I'm bored, like, but so I have abandonment depression, so I'm like driving around, there's no one there, I trigger my depression. I go back inside. I live in like a shed turned as a studio, so there's no windows, no nothing. So I start scrolling. I scroll from 10 this morning to 8 tonight, and like just miserable. Like I have nothing. I can't motivate myself to do anything. I hate my life, but it's like also I don't have the energy to change my life, and so I'm like, I'm stuck, and like I used to be scared that they're gonna fire me from this job, because I'm like, where am I gonna go after this? And then then my system just numbs it out. Like, I don't need this job, even though I have no money. So now I'm not scared about the job because in my system it's like, I don't need this job, even, but, I just like, I don't know what to do with myself. I really don't know what to do with myself. I know what I want. I know what I want. I want to save up so I can get surgery in March. I'm going to Turkey because I like the way I look. I don't like the trauma and the survival look on me. So I have like layers of trauma that show on my face. Like, I'm never happy. Even as a childhood, so my face was always like not happy, because your face matches what's inside. And so then it grows, you grow up. If you keep the same face expressions, that's what your face grows into. And so like I have an unhappy, like pissed off face when I'm like just there. So it's like I'm not approachable. People are really scared of looking at me, making eye contact. So I'm like, I really need to I really want to fix that. Like, I don't want to change my features to like, be pretty. Well, I do want to be pretty. Everyone wants to be pretty, but I don't want to like do like the Instagram trends. Like, I just want cheekbones so I look like I'm smiling. My eyes lift, because when my eyes are down, I have a bad RBF. I don't see it, but I have depersonalization. So I want my eyes up so I don't have like the mean face. And then I want a nose job, just because I feel like it's so dominant on my features. I don't want like big cheekbones and then like still this big nose. But I still want I don't want like a Caucasian or like a Spanish nose. I still want an ethnic nose. I love my nose shape. I just want like just this gone and then like this pushed up. But I don't want like I still want the squared. Like I like squared nose, so that I want to keep that. But I want to do that in March, so I start saving up. I've done calculations. I've got to work like 12 hours every day. Also, I was working like trying to I can get up to 15 hours a day, but I'm like, I'm not doing that. So I'm not doing it. So I'm doing the 12 hours. I said this in my last video. I totally understand girls now. I think before, when you don't understand something, it's so easy for you to judge. But I understand how someone is so lonely that they put up with toxic behavior. I understand someone that has like insecurities to where they think that they don't deserve better than this toxic behavior. I understand like getting with someone you don't like and like convincing yourself you like them for the loneliness. There's nobody else around. He's the best option, so let me get with him. I understand it. I have been contemplating, not really deeply, but I'm like, I want to feel. I want to be touched. I want to be like connected to someone, and I'm just like, I don't want a husband right now. But I want to feel that void, and I'm like, I could definitely see myself just, well, I think when push comes to shove, I wouldn't, just because I'm already messed up, and like, if you like deal with too many people, you're gonna get even more messed up, and I don't want that. But I can understand it. Like, there's this guy at work, I formed like a Limrance bond with him, so I think about him all the time. And he's like a baby mama, he's a YN, like he is not stable. He's not someone I would ever want for myself, because I know, like, I know that I'll be so vulnerable, and if when I give that to someone, and I need someone that will cherish me and like really like be compassionate and stable. I wouldn't do that to myself to like get with a toxic guy, even though I want to, just to fill the void. I understand it, but because I haven't done it, it's easier to say no versus like when you're already in it. But I could be with a relationship right now. It distracts me, fills the void. It'll give me the dopamine doses that I need. I've been deprived of dopamine because I've been depressed my whole life. But I could definitely, I could see myself like in another life doing it. I understand like girls now that are, lead with like insecurity or trauma or loneliness when finding someone. I understand why some people have kids, because you have someone with you, distract you, someone that loves you. Like, I understand it. And so like I could never judge someone. Like, well, sometimes I do judge because I'm like, this guy's an idiot. Like, I hate guys more and more every day. But I won't judge the girl, because like there's so much like emotional stuff that goes into it. And like me knowing like I would never settle, because I just know my mental state, I couldn't do it. Like, I feel like I'd be hooked on a guy for 10 years if I had sex with him, because I already get like, if I see a guy and I think about him for like a couple days, I already get obsessed. Like, I stalked a guy before. I had Limrance and was literally full-time in love with a guy. And like, we knew each other for like 3 months, but he was my manager. He didn't really like me like that. Like, he was just nice, and I had full Limrance, like, and was like in love with him. And like, he has a wife, and I had no like care. And like, limerence is like stronger than love, because limerence is like unhealthy. Like, unhealthy attachments are always gonna feel stronger than like the healthy ones. And then the guy at work, I formed limerence with him just because he reminded me of someone I grew up with, that it was very stable and stuff like that. Like, his body type was. And that's all it took. Like, I saw his Instagram, I got the major ick. Like, the way he acts gives me the ick. Like, he's a YN, he smokes Black and Milds, he's got a baby mama. Like, he like gives me the ick. Like, I don't think he's like cute at all, but I have limerence, so I'll like his 2 days off are torture. And when he comes on his day off, I'm just like, I just need, because every time he passed by, he always looks at me, and so I see him from the corner of my eyes, and that's all. Like, literally that, 3 or 4 times of that, and I feel good. And I'm just like, and like, I'm just like, I just need, like, when I feel really low, like depressed, like feel nothing, I'm just like, I need him to be at work, just look at me while he passed by 4 times, and I'll get like a little, drop of dopamine or serotonin or whatever, and I feel a little better. It's a little emotion. And so like, now I'm like, I need him to like the 2 days he's off, like, is like the worst for me. But mental health is no joke. And I realized that my body needs rest, like legit rest. I remember I took 2 weeks off of work, and I didn't have money for it. I just quit my job, and for the 2 weeks was the best time of my life. I felt I was in, like, the first time. I think the reason why that was my best time of my life, because my first time I was out of survival. Like, even though in 2 weeks times I was gonna be stressed, crying, trying to find a job, I didn't have money for rent, I was gonna get kicked out. Like, I was like, I didn't, like, during those 2 weeks I didn't think about that. And like, I was so, like, I was out of survival, and I was so, like, those were the best 2 weeks of my life. Like, honestly. And it's like, those were the first 2 weeks since, like, childhood that I had rest. It was short-lived, because my car broke down, I didn't have rent, I was, like, freaking out, like, crying. But yeah, I was, like, legit the best time. And so I'm like, I know I need rest. like for like a couple months, and it's hard in this economy, but it's like I really want to, if my app goes good. Actually, I'm gonna use my app for surgery for my face, but I really want to save up money and go to like Turkey or somewhere for a couple months. It's so cheap over there. But I'm so like exhausted. I'm overwhelmed. I don't have the energy to be an entrepreneur. I'm lazy. It's rough. On top of that, everyone at work thinks I'm weird. Girls don't make eye contact with me, which I understand. I have a mean face, which oh my gosh, if I really knew what I looked like, I would have like depression. I see like a variation of my face. I don't see what I look like, because I have depersonalization. But I realized that I was like, because I think this year started realizing, oh, I have a mean face. And that put me through depression and anxiety. And like, I would like literally not make eye contact because I realized I had a mean face. And then it's like, if I actually realized what I look like, I would like wear a hijabi or something. Like, it's that bad. So I'm glad for the derealization. Whatever. I'm glad for it. But yeah. I'm gonna start meditating more. I was so depressed today, but I did like a 10-minute meditation and I felt so good. So I'm like, I need to meditate more. But I'm gonna go home because I'm gonna work tomorrow. Which also, I was like so mad at work because like I was like mad, and I was like, I saw two guys stare at my face like, whoa, and that set me off. Like I literally had to leave. I was so embarrassed, and I was like I have like a mean face. I was so embarrassed that they saw me like that, so I left. Okay, I gotta go home. But yeah, I finished my ketamine. I don't have any more left. I'm still thinking about going back on it, but I'm like, I don't want to become like have a resistance toward. I mean, like, I don't want to mess my brain up. Like, I don't want to have like, drug brain. I don't know. So I don't know. I feel like maybe it's done what it can do. Like, it's crazy because people take ketamine for like, they'll do 3-4 sessions. Like, it helped with my PTSD. Like, it helped with my depression. And I did, 12. No, I did 9 because I doubled them up. I did like 9 doses. And I'm like, oh, well, I processed a lot of trauma. But that was it. Like, there's no like, didn't even like touch the surface. In my 9 sessions, I just processed trauma. That's it. I would like in the beginning, I'd take him and I'd feel happy. Like for the first time, it showed me what happiness felt like joy, and I'd feel it for like the first 3 days, and and then after like 4 or 5 sessions, like I just didn't feel happy anymore. I just felt the same. So I was like, I don't even know what happened. Like I start feeling worse. But yeah, like I process a lot of trauma. Like I 3x my when you're healing, you got to go through a couple years of just crying, like the grief and just like letting it all out. But it's like with the ketamine, like I got all my grief out. I cried so much because of grief for a year and a half. So I got the grief out. I pretty much got the sadness out. I still feel sadness here or there. Now it's like depression's what I feel. when you say you love me, and I'm like, I wonder what the next emotion is. You know, it's always something. But I was depressed all day today, but after I did my meditation for like 10 minutes, I felt a little bit better. I'm like, oh, I have energy to get out of bed. So that's happy Thanksgiving.